We're going to try to keep this within 3 minutes today. So today I have a message for you guys. We're talking about spiritual development, spiritual masses, spiritual elevation, and how it helps us to be a better person in our everyday lives. We recently had the honor of interviewing a personality on 90 Day Fiancé. In a few weeks, if you guys follow us on Our Roots podcast, you'll see who it is. It was a beautiful interview. And actually, as I watched the interview back, it helped me, and it kind of brought me back and helped me with some self-reflecting. It kind of brought me back to when I first started the spirituality and how I came into it versus what I get out of it every single day of my life. And this is almost 20 years later. So a little bit about me. I'm a Bronx girl, born and raised in the Bronx, was a single mother, raised 2 boys by myself. Very tough exterior. Had to grow up fighting for whatever I wanted in a literal sense, in a physical sense, and emotional sense, and everything else. So fast forward, I think I want to find my spirituality, and I'm trying to find myself, and I end up in my first misa espiritual. And when I sat in that misa, those people told me all about myself. And not in a way that I was expecting, not in a peaceful way, not in a nice way. They tore me apart. They tore me apart and told me all about myself and all about how I needed to change and how I was really not a nice person. Had a chip on my shoulder. I was not humble. And, I didn't even realize that about myself until these people put me in that circle and tore me apart. The moral of the story here is when seeking spiritual elevation and guidance, if we are truly trying to transform ourselves and become better, become more spiritual in the process, because in order for us to continue to connect with God, we have to essentially become God. And although we are imperfect beings, every day we have to work towards being a better person. And so when you come into these things like spiritual masses, mentorship programs, searching for elders and this belief system, understand that you need to be vulnerable. You need to give yourself in. You have to trust. That's why you have to make sure you're in the right place where you're not going to be abused and taken advantage of. But you do need to be vulnerable. You need to open yourself up, and you need to be able to reflect and introspect and really, really, really strip down your own faults and realize them so that you can become better in the process. We can't help other people until we help ourselves. Remember that.